In the year 621, a man was woken in the middle of the night by an angel, placed on a winged creature faster than lightning, and taken on a journey that would cover thousands of miles and cross through 7 heavens, all before sunrise. This is not a legend from a storybook. This is one of the most debated, most spiritually significant nights in Islamic history. And by the end of this video, you'll understand exactly what happened that night, why it still matters today, and why some of the Prophet's own companions struggle to believe it. Stick around, because the final part of this journey is the reason Muslims pray 5 times a day. Subscribe now so you don't miss it. What was the night journey? The night journey is known in Arabic as Isra and Miraj. It is actually 2 connected events. The first part, Isra, was a physical journey from Mecca to Jerusalem. The second part, Miraj, was an ascension from Jerusalem to the heavens. Islamic tradition places this event around the year 621, during one of the most painful periods of the Prophet Muhammad's life. He had just lost his wife Khadijah and his uncle Abu Talib, 2 of his strongest protectors. He was facing rejection and hostility in Mecca. This context matters, because the night journey is often understood as a moment of comfort sent directly from God during the Prophet's darkest year. The journey to Jerusalem. According to Islamic accounts, the angel Gabriel came to the Prophet while he was resting near the Kaaba. He was brought a creature called Buraq, often described as a white animal, smaller than a mule but larger than a donkey, capable of covering vast distances in a single stride. On this creature, the Prophet traveled from Mecca to Aqsa Mosque in Jerusalem. At Aqsa, something remarkable is said to have happened. The Prophet led a prayer with a gathering of previous prophets, including Abraham, Moses, and Jesus. This detail carries deep meaning. It positions the Prophet Muhammad within a continuous chain of prophetic tradition, not as someone starting a new religion, but as someone continuing a message, the ascension through the heavens. From Jerusalem, the journey shifts from the physical to the spiritual. The Prophet is said to have ascended through 7 heavens, meeting different prophets along the way. In the first heaven, he meets Adam. Higher up, he encounters Jesus and John the Baptist, then Joseph, then Idris, then Aaron, then Moses. In the 7th heaven, he meets Abraham. Each of these meetings is described with warmth and reverence. Prophet greeting prophet, a moment of connection that transcends time. The journey continues to a point called Sidrat al-Muntaha, the lote tree at the farthest boundary, described as the edge of created existence, a place even Gabriel could not pass beyond. The command of 5 prayers. This is where the story becomes deeply personal for over 1 billion people alive today. It is said that God commanded 50 daily prayers for believers. On his way back down, the Prophet passed Moses again, who advised him to return and ask for a reduction, saying his own people had struggled with far less. The Prophet went back repeatedly, and the number was reduced again and again from 50 until it reached 5. Moses reportedly urged him to ask for even more reduction, but the Prophet said he felt shy to keep going back. 5 prayers were established, yet Islamic tradition holds that each one still carries a reward of 50, because of God's mercy. This is why practicing Muslims pray 5 times daily. The number traces directly back to this single night. The public reaction in Mecca. When the Prophet returned to Mecca and described what happened, the reaction was intense disbelief. A journey covering that much distance in one night was considered impossible by ordinary human logic. Some of his own followers reportedly left Islam over this claim. It was Abu Bakr, his closest companion, who is said to have responded with immediate and unwavering belief, earning him the title as Siddiq, the truthful one. When skeptics in Mecca tested the Prophet by asking him to describe Aqsa Mosque in detail, since he had allegedly stood in it, he is said to have described it accurately, despite never having visited Jerusalem before. Some accounts even describe him identifying a passing caravan and predicting its exact arrival time back in Mecca, which reportedly happened precisely as he said. Why this night still matters today, beyond the historical debate. This night carries symbolic weight that Muslims reflect on constantly. It represents the idea that after hardship, relief can appear suddenly and powerfully. It reinforces a connection between Islam and earlier prophetic traditions rather than positioning it as separate from them. It gave the world a framework of 5 daily prayers, a practice that shapes the daily rhythm of life for over 1 billion people. And it remains one of the clearest examples in Islamic theology of an event requiring pure faith, since it cannot be proven or disproven through ordinary means. Today, the event is commemorated annually as Isra and Miraj, observed on the 27th of Rajab in the Islamic calendar, with many Muslims marking it through extra prayer, reflection, and remembrance. Whether you view this as a literal physical event, a spiritual vision, or a symbolic account, the night journey remains one of the most extraordinary stories in religious history, a single night that reshaped how over 1 billion people pray every single day. If you found this breakdown valuable, subscribe for more deep dives into the stories that shaped world religions, and let me know in the comments which part of this journey surprised you the most.